Hello, Jake.
Tractor unit for hire.
How are you,
Can I
mate?
hire a tractor unit?
Why? What would I do with a tractor unit in Peckham?
I can't believe how sprightly you are this morning, Mark.
I'm not sprightly at all.
You left at 5 AM this morning.
I know, it's horrendous.
Shat the bed.
Where have you brought me to, mate?
We are in Swaddling Coo. I don't know what accent that was. Welsh, I think. In Derby. Pan around for the K-Tech. Just dropped my 350 suspension off to have it tuned up.
Tuned up?
And yeah, we're going to come back in about 2.5 hours time to pick it up. We're going to go to the site up the road now and have a little look about, which is literally 10 minutes away, and then pick the suspension back up, and hopefully she'll be L350 will be styling then. We'll be on it.
Styling?
Okay. Do you have to change the shock?
Yeah, I'll have to put that. I'll have to give you that one. But
Oh, along bit.
Yeah, but we'll set that up for you. Like, Eddie J Wade rode that last night just to try the link.
Yeah.
And then he liked it, to be fair, but there's a bit of setting change that we need to do.
What does it do then?
The linkage is just a different ratio. So when it goes through the stroke, it's not. It doesn't ramp up as much.
Right. Okay.
Basically, just a softer link.
Because the standard stuff, it's weird. This stuff's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, like, to be honest, I've never used stock.
So it's not bad.
No.
But you, like I land off a jump, and it sort of, the forks do their thing, and then they react so quick that the back just goes like and hangs down, and then it throws you forward.
To be fair, that's what we found yesterday when we were trying to link. It was a bit low, so that's why we need to change setting.
What, and it would hang down and then throw forward. Yeah. But actual ride comfort, fair play, it's not bad.
No.
But when you start pushing, and my track's quite rough and big jumps, it's like it's really unsettling. Do you know what I mean? You land off a jump and it kind of like holds itself down and then just throws you forward a bit. Yeah. But the chassis is a bit odd, isn't it? Like the bars, I feel like my bars feel really high because that bit of the
they are high.
Steep,
to be fair, on that bike they're even taller.
Are they?
I only put them taller because I ride a tall seat. Even though it's basically the same seat to bar height, but I just like to be sat taller.
Okay.
On the bike,
so this stuff will not look like that, but it will do the same as that. So what has it got in internals?
It's got an ORVS kit in the right hand leg,
right,
which is a valving kit, and then there's a spring kit in the other side, and then there's a valving kit and a piston in the shop and a bladder. Okay.
And so that basically, in normal terms, that's just like a spring conversion, pretty much. Then
that's all it is. Yeah,
for the
basically.
forks.
Yeah.
And it works kind of normal, like comparative to a shower or something like that.
Yeah, basically. They're basically the same as that.
Right.
So like on our dyno, them KYBs are matched to that basically.
Right. And then and the shock, what's the main difference?
Bladder and a piston inside.
What does that generally help with action-wise?
Bladder just stops you getting so hot over a long period of time, and then the valving's just got, the piston's got more ports in it.
Okay.
So it just allows more oil to flow through.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Well, it hasn't been getting too hot recently because there haven't been that many laps. Bit of a chaotic sight, this one, isn't it?
You're going to have to talk with your chest. It's loud.
Talk with my chest. Well, we're in a job in Derby where they've been in a rush to build a shed, so we've got to do the earthworks after, basically. So problem being is end of winter, all the water's running off the roof and ruining the outside exterior where we're trying to do the earthworks. But basically we've been building up layers of stabilised ground, ready to hand it back to the customer, to the client. Just been tough, a lot of rebar and shit in the ground from the demolition that was left, so we had a bit of chaos with tyres. But the boys are getting on with it. It's just you have to do it in layers, they all have to be tested, so it's a little bit of a slower job than, let's say, standard earthworks, but it's a good one to be a part of. It's a pretty mad shed as well, so yeah, be good. I think they've got about a week or so left, so it'd be nice to get this one done, signed off, and hopefully on to the next one. Customer's happy, just the weather's now on side, so yeah, a few challenges along the way, but that's kind of how it is. Yeah, something a bit different, isn't
it? He's brought me down here, mate, he wants to have a go, innit?
Yeah.
Have you been in there yet?
Well, I unloaded it off the lorry when it landed, to be fair, so I was the first one in it.
There you go, look.
beat him to it.
No, I remember you tracking it over there.
I did, yeah. I didn't track
did.
it far, to be fair, but yeah, I did. I was the first one in it. I ripped the plastic off the seat as well. So
oh, look, there you go. That's what matters. That's what matters.
Weather, it's got to be the shit. It's a month behind the weather anyway, isn't it? You know, if you think average years, it's normally dry a month. You know, not end of April, but end of May. It's end of March. It starts to dry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This has been the worst ever.
Yeah.
And it started in October, and it started raining in October, didn't it? So
it's been relentless.
It's been a little bit. Has been a little bit tough, but
yeah.
To be fair, it looks good though.
It's coming together. It's coming together.
Looks good.
Like you say, it'll look, well, this time next week it's going to look a hell of a lot different because it'll be pretty much finished. So then you can stand back and look at it and go, yeah.
Yeah, it's our first big job. We've learnt loads, and that's the key thing, isn't it? That's the only way to look at it. You know, and
there's a lot of critical factors in there, isn't there?
It's simple though, isn't it?
It is.
That's why I said to my dad, I said it irritates me because it's simple.
Earthworks is simple.
This is anyway. Some isn't, is it? You know, like Derby, where we've just been. That's not simple necessarily. There's bits and pieces going on everywhere. Yeah. But this is simple earthworks, but there's still a lot to it, isn't there?
Let's have a conversation. Right, you picked up your suspension. How was that?
I haven't tried it yet, funny enough, but yeah, it looked all right.
It looked. What have you actually had done then?
So they've put the spring conversion in the suspension, and they've put a bladder in the shock.
There you go. Jesus Christ!
To allow a bit more oil through.
Tell you what we could do with a.
We could do with that in here.
Suspension in here, boy.
But it should help with. Because like I said, I was landing off the jumps and the front was sort of like going straight through and then out again, and the shock was like hanging down and then throwing me forward quite badly. So we'll see how that helps the situation. It was nice to have a cup of tea with Chris Taylor, who is the founder of K-Tech. So if you looked at that little 60cc I've got on the wall at my dad's, it's got a CTR suspension on the forks, which is Chris Taylor Racing back when he started. So he actually showed me around the place, and it's amazing how much he's come on. So fair play to him. He's
should have grabbed a couple of bits for your phone, mate.
It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Chris is old school as well, so he'd probably look at me like I was a freak if I had my phone out.
You are a freak, anyway.
Yeah. And then so we carried on down to Wellingborough, where we're wrapping up.
I went Derby first. Well, no, I suppose. Well, yeah. No.
We've been to Derby, haven't we?
Been to Derby.
We've done all that.
Spoke about that.
Yeah, and then just at Wellingborough now, which is coming to a close, which is nice because it's not been amazing results wise for Earthworks. We started it in October, so it's our biggest job to date, and shall we say we've learnt a lot. We haven't earned a lot, but we've learnt a hell of a lot. So I think that was probably going to happen. First big job, you know, 300,000 cubic meters of earth to move. You know, we've been doing way different type of jobs up till now, so this was our first step into the big league. We've done all right. We've actually, the jobs, you know, they've done a really good job. The business is only 3 years old, not even, so I'm proud to see it do a good job like it is. But
it's the first video without an engine involved, mate.
Well, there's engines. We're in an engine now.
I suppose I've got you in a 490.
Yeah, I had a little go in that today as well. I was desperate to have a go in that.
Popped in that straight away, mate.
It's our first 50 tonner on the fleet, so I was desperate to have a go in that, and it's been so wet up here for so long that I've kind of avoided it like the plague because it's been depressing to see it. You know, this job's had between, I think, like 19 to 23 blokes on it at one time, and honestly there's been weeks where we haven't been able to work because of the weather. Earthworks, basically, it's obviously moving from one place to the other, but you have to, you know, put it in layers, and you just can't do that when it's raining, and especially this ground, it's Wellingborough, so if any motocross people remember Milton Mauser, it's like similar ground to that.
Milton Mauser?
Motocross track.
What a track.
Have you been there?
Even I've ridden Milton, mate.
So it's when it rains
2016
there,
team event, mate, I did that.
When it rains there, it just goes like glass, and this place is the same, and it kind of goes boggy as well, so yeah. But so yeah, interesting day, Mark. Bit of a work one for once, but
which is hopefully going to be the first of many.
Yeah, hopefully, without boring people. But Earthworks, for people that don't know, is something that I started nearly 3 years ago. We've obviously hired all this equipment out, and I was doing operated hire from when I started there, pretty much 6 years ago nearly. We built up a good team of blokes, and yeah, brought a bit of knowledge in to actually do the jobs ourselves. But they've gone from 20,000 cubic meters of earth being moved to obviously this one. So we've gone up a level, fairly quickly, and obviously with that comes pains along the way and learning bits and pieces. But yeah, it's doing its thing. It looks good, and we'll come away with here with a good bit of knowledge and carry on. And
Ideal, mate. Ideal.
Driving back to the yard now to carry on. It's 2 o'clock. We've got a fair bit done in the hours we've been going.
I'm going to hang about a bit, put the drone up.
Oh yeah?
Some drone footage.
What do you reckon to be in the 490 anyway?
Huh?
What do you reckon to be in the 490?
You look, what was it you were in last time? Like
I was actually nervous when I got in.
Oh,
yeah, because it's sat on the hill. I've never drove that machine in my life, and then there's a dump truck straight underneath me. I was like, here we go. Did I look bad or not?
That's fine, mate. I don't know, you'll probably critique yourself when you see the footage.
I watch enough videos of other people driving them, so. So yeah, that's I think that's all she wrote. I should probably say what kit we've got here. I think we've got 9 dump trucks, A30G Volvo dump trucks, 2 two Volvo 380s, 40 ton diggers, both for GPS, and then the 490 is a 50 ton Komatsu that I just had to go in, and there's 2 D71 dozers left here. So
you still got like a 13-14 ton roller here as well.
Yeah, a couple
plus,
of rollers.
what is that, you got a little 8 tonner over there as well.
Yeah, for that drainage bit they were doing. So yeah, it's been a substantial job for plant hire. It's been a good job for plant hire, most definitely. All this kit's on hire internally from the plant hire business. So yeah, there you go.
There you go. Different side to Jake Nicholls you don't normally see.
Is it a bit more serious?
Is it a little bit more serious?
Pretend that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was all it was, wasn't it? Pretending. Right.
See you later.
See you later.